All right, so we've all played Bloody Knuckles before, right? Maybe back in high school, you would sit at the lunch table with your friend and punch each other's knuckles until you started bleeding. Thus the name Bloody Knuckles. But apparently, there's this island in Indonesia that does this for a living. I found this video called Inside the Bare Knuckle Fight Club on Indonesia's Most Violent Island. So apparently, there's some bare knuckle fight club on Indonesia. I've never heard of this, but we're going to check it out. Inside the Bare Knuckle Fight Club on Indonesia's Most Violent Island. Let's check it out.
This is a Pajora, a ritual night of
he is unconscious.
Tribal violence where thousands of men settle ancient grudges in a bare knuckle fist fight. At least, that's the idea. A real wild event, let me tell you. You've got to be careful.
Last time we reacted to this guy, he was in India on Bangladesh. It was Bangladesh. It was the dangerous bus rides in Bangladesh, and he almost got himself killed on a bus ride. Now he's in the middle of some mosh pit, looking like you're at like a rock concert.
Because this is Sumba, a warrior island like no other. Isolated, tribal, the only place I've ever even seen where just about everyone is carrying a sword all of the time. And at the end of this video, you're going to see what happens when a Pajora kicks off. And what happens when there's grudges you're trying to settle, and fists, well, they don't really seem like they're quite enough. Trust me, there's a reason that these remote Indonesian islands are just packed with riot police. Welcome to Sumba, Indonesia, an island just 1 hour from Bali, but a place that feels 1,000 years apart.
Yeah, this looks like something out of the Stone Age.
This place is stunning, but this might be the last place on Earth where warrior culture isn't ancient history, it is everyday life. Here on Sumba, they have some of the most ancient societies that you can still visit. These villages are still megalithic in the way they function. They are animists. This is a deeply tribalistic island. There's one island, but there's almost a dozen languages, different cultures. So what language will you speak?
We speak Lamboyanese language.
Lamboyan. And they can't speak Bahasa?
Just a little bit in Bahasa.
How many languages are there in Sumba?
In West Sumba, we have 3, 4, 5. Like 6 languages.
Six languages? Just in the West?
Just in the
then
West.
East, somewhere maybe more as well.
It's a different language also.
Wow. Different cultures and villages that are very much divided.
Wow.
Different.
It's crazy to think these people actually exist in our daily life. Like, these people don't have cell phones probably. They aren't on TikTok. They just live everyday lives. Oh, she has a phone. Okay. Never mind then.
Cultures and villages that are very much divided. Even today, these villages settle disputes by trying to burn each other's ancient homes to the ground.
A devastating fire swept through Kampung Waru in West Sumba, Indonesia, destroying 28 traditional houses and leaving over 150 people homeless.
Ancient spirits shape the daily life here, marapu or animism. And the rules don't just come from the state, they
Ancient spirits, what?
come from the ratu or elders. But village burning and mob rule don't exactly fit with modern day Indonesia, so those rules and those codes are slowly being replaced by state law with mixed results. The tension here
Where are the police during this? Okay, here's this guy.
shows and often violence ignites. Alright guys, rocks are flying, chaos kicks off. It's like the war.
That's a nice camera.
Alright guys,
Is that an FX30?
rocks are flying.
I'm pretty sure that's an FX3. God, look at that lens. Dude, is that a 70 to 200? It is. That's a 70 to... What do you need a 70 to 200 for filming a YouTube video?
It's like the war is here.
Wow.
Alright, so we're just gonna walk into this market.
That's like a $4,000. That's like a $5,000 camera he's holding. What is that? That looks like a A7. That's probably like a A7 IV or something. That's what I use with like a $4,000 lens. Oh my God. And I'm guessing, yeah, this is the FX30 right here. FX3, one of them. I can't tell the difference. And I'm guessing, yeah, that's for like face shots. Wow. These guys got the holy grail.
All right, so we're just gonna walk into this market here.
I remember the day when people just used film on iPhones.
Something I've noticed filming here in Indonesia and all around Asia is that as soon as you say a few words in the local language, something shifts. Everyone opens up. I've been using Babbel to prepare for trips, and it's the reason that I can actually do that. Some you guys choose to learn, let me know below. Long before the first tourists reached these shores, this was an island of warring clans, headhunters. In those days, blades weren't just tools for farming, these were weapons of war designed for speed and for lethal precision in close-quarter jungle combat. Today, it's almost part of the outfit. That's how baked into the culture it is. It's this spiritual anchor, a physical connection to the Marapu and the ancestors, and because of the frequent tension that exists between these villages, everyone is carrying for a reason. Unfortunately, these kabelas are still far too frequently used as weapons between warring tribes. There's still frequent disputes within villages like this that have been built up over centuries. They're typically over boundaries or debt or
Why are they feuding? Why can't they just come
marriages
together?
that have gone wrong. And when things spill over, the machetes come out and the villages, they start to burn. It's still something that happens to this day. And I think you can really get an understanding for why just one island has 9 different languages. Things here have been kept separate, tribally walled off by those beefs that have withstood the test of time. But there's an ancient way, an ancient tradition that is used to try and stop those beefs from spilling into bloodshed, to stop those machetes from being drawn. That is the Pajora, the ritualistic bare knuckle fight club, and the Pasola, which is a tribal war on horseback with speed.
Okay, now I see why you need that camera.
And the Pasola.
That's a beautiful shot right there. Oh yeah, that's definitely that 70 to 200. Sorry, I'm nerding out right now, but this shot is beautiful.
Which is a
Look at the detail.
tribal war on horseback with
I'm not even playing it at max resolution.
spears. We start walking as the sun drops, and by the time the moon is up, it is on. This
The ancient fight club.
is a Pajora. Hey guys, here's the deal. We're sort of driving through Sumba Island now, heading towards this Pajora, this
Oh God, what's
under the cover of night traditional ritualistic street fight, basically. And as you can see, all the villages, they're on their way. It's like it's way bigger of a deal than I imagined. You've got these guys with hotted up bikes, you've got trucks full of families headed down there. Everyone's apparently sometimes this also ends in serious violence, but let's hope it doesn't boil over. Let's roll. Okay. It goes down in the dead of night in this tiny little beachside grotto. Cliffs on all sides and everybody funneled into this one spot of beach with the full moon and the high tide. Everyone's pressed into a pretty tight gap. And then they start coming. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people just pouring out of the jungle. Men, women, all of it. And before long, the place is just packed.
So this is like a set event. They're like
Guys, the craziest thing about this right now, it's like we're in this tiny little grotto. I wish I could get you guys drone shots. Not gonna happen at night. But it's like with the high tide that's pushing us in, this beach went from empty to absolutely jam-packed. There ain't gonna be that much room, and there's thousands of people down here at this point. It's kind of wild. Alright, so we saw sort of like one group of guys rolling down the hill singing.
I wonder what they're saying.
There's another group on the beach.
It's like they prepare themselves that before the Pajora happen to make them more braving, you know.
It's like two teams.
Two teams different. They're coming from many different villages, but now there's only two groups different there.
Different villages.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, it's like a team song, a battle cry or something. Get you hyped up. At first, it feels almost light, almost like a sport. Tribes facing off, singing war cries to each other. And you can feel the tradition behind it, the ritual. Alright guys, we now got a ton of different villages down here. This is way more of a packed event than I thought. This Fight Club thing is kind of out of control. Got a bunch of different villages out, they're all singing to each other. There's flashlights rocking around. If I know anything about young guys and boxing, something tells me this is going to get pretty heated. These rituals exist for a reason.
Is it supposed to be like a violent type of thing, or is it serious, or is it look at this guy staring at the camera, or is it supposed to be like a joke?
The idea is simple. You find someone that you've got beef with and you settle it here. Somehow keep it contained. You vent your
So you punch them, but not in a lethal way. Okay.
anger at these events, and you throw down. Maybe.
Oh, I didn't mean to knock him out. He's in a coma now. Oh, that's crazy.
At the end, you hug it out. I don't know. But the idea is that you keep the Kimbelas sheathed and you stop the villagers from burning. But as
I'm pretty sure the idea is not that you hug it out. I'm pretty sure the idea is that you get revenge on whoever the hell you're feuding with.
we wait, the mood quickly shifts from singing to pretty high tension. Alright guys, we've got one sort of like fight pit forming right in front of us here. There's another one behind me. Just these like little beachside pits. Front side is crouching down. We've got one leader trying to organize things. I think it's about to go off. Moon is not quite over this little headland, but I think it's about to go down. Oh yeah. They grab the alang-alang grass to wrap their hands. Not for protection, but quite the opposite.
Oh yeah, I know that hurts.
Can I see? Hold it.
Hold it.
Wrap. Okay. They twist it tight, harden it, tying the ends into these spikes and then wedge it between their fingers. It's like some kind of jungle knuckle duster. The other stays bare.
That's not fair. I thought it was bare knuckle. They're using leaves. That's not. They're using sharp stuff. That's not fair. Okay, so some of them are Whoa. Yeah, they're laughing, but I think this is a little serious.
Man, it's kind of crazy how many fight circles you can get going in one beach at one time. And there really does seem to be
So
some
this is just a big brawl.
hotspots. So I mean, one of these places is really kicking off into basically just straight up chaos. This one over here seems maybe a bit more respectful, about to fire up. But yeah, it's sort of a real wild event, let me tell you. You've got to be careful. And yeah, much bigger than I thought. Then they throw down.
How does a YouTuber even discover something like this? Like, how do you get the okay to just visit these people's island in the middle of Indonesia and get the, okay, we get a translator, we're all set up. Like, how does this even go down? How is he here right now? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yep, and there it goes. Are you only allowed to hit? Or do you like wrestle? If I'm one of these guys, if I see my enemy, I'm like taking the back. I'm holding them in a headlock until they're out. Hey, go ahead and get my enemy out, then I can go home. That's probably not allowed. Can't even tell who's fighting. They're just like, it's like a school fight. I wonder what they're saying. I wish we could have like a live translation. What are they saying? How do you even know who you're beating up? at this point. You can't even see. If it wasn't for the lights, you couldn't even see. The only reason you can see is because the phone cameras.
Alright guys, that did not take long to descend into a complete chaos. One ring broke into two. I mean, when you've got like 8 or 9 guys fighting at once, it just goes down. I mean, I thought this was going to be semi-organized. It is not. This is a straight up street brawl on the beach. One guy went down, guys are kicking him. When he's down, people are jumping in. It's kind of
One guy went down and they're kicking him. Okay, well, he's probably out.
chaos, trying to keep the cameras just going. We've got to get back in there. Let's see, they don't seem to be stopping. It's firing back up again.
That guy's probably unconscious. Are they dragging his body off? Is he alive? Why are they cheering for? Yeah. Good job, you killed him. Good job. Yeah, he's out. What do they just? What do they stop fighting when somebody goes unconscious?
These aren't one-on-one fights either. It's groups, waves of people clashing into each other. One giant jungle fight club. And they happen all over the island.
Okay, this is a more serious fight. That guy just got knocked out. That guy just got decked. And that guy just moved on to the next person. He got
And
no one's landing a punch.
part of it is about the blood. Under the moon for the harvest and for the ancestors. That's the marapu kicking in. The belief is that the blood that hits the ground is going to help with a great harvest that year. And so obviously this is a pretty fine line to tread.
Okay, well, why don't more people just start bleeding then? Start bringing knives into it.
Yes, it's a release, it's ritual, it's belief, and for a second, it almost kind of makes sense. But there's a problem. This does not stay controlled, and nowadays we have something else added to the mix, and that's the heavy influence of alcohol. And things inevitably spill over.
God, there's like 100 people on that beach.
Before long, nobody cares, and the rocks start to fly.
Rocks.
The issue here seems to be the rocks. Like as soon as things kick off, quickly rocks start flying. That's twice. I mean, the second time, to be honest, they weren't even really fighting. We were just sort of watching a bit of a melee warm up, and then a giant rock flew out of this mountain. A bunch of guys chased in there trying to hunt down whoever did it, but man, it's kind of like killing it for everyone, you know? You can't even have a good old-fashioned street fight anymore.
Can't even kill your friend on the beach. My God.
Many of the
What
teenagers
does this world come to?
at these events now kind of come for the mob brawl, not the event itself. They stash rocks in the traditional wraps used to hold the machetes. And this ritual quickly starts to slip into something that is way more dangerous. The sacred tradition of a fair-ish fight begins to be hijacked by these agitators. Rocks fly from the darkness and the surrounding hills, and it just turns this place into a full-scale beachside brawl with rocks flying everywhere. In the middle of the night, you cannot see a thing.
Man, can someone turn on a flashlight here? Is there a street lamp?
Quickly, it descends into a full-blown war zone. We have to kill the cameras.
Gotta turn the camera.
Oh, down is the way. Hello.
Hello, mister.
We're like the only ones leaving. We clear on out of there, and it turns out this Pajora was still warming up, because we're told the next day that by the end of the night, more than 30 people were headed to hospital. The idea behind all of this, these events that are meant to keep the peace, These rituals, the Pajora and the Basola, they're
I feel like they're
supposed to
not keeping the peace. I think a better alternative would be like maybe donating blood to the beach if they really believe
contain the violence, to give people a place to settle their scores so that it doesn't spill into full-blown tribal war outside of the events. And for periods of time, it's worked. It must have worked because it survived for centuries between warring tribes. But now, it feels like it's at a breaking point. Among the young guys especially, something has changed. They've started to rock up drunk, looking for that smoke in the big rock brawls that emerge and relatively controlled bare-knuckle fights that the Pajora was originally about. There's no respect for what this used to be. It's no longer about squashing your beef, it's about making a new one. The Pajora no longer seems to calm things down, it's winding people up. It's turning it into this deadly warm-up.
this isn't very peaceful.
Because tomorrow is where things get real. The Basola. A Basola makes this look like nothing. Hundreds of men on horseback throwing spears at each other. The idea is quite similar to the Pajora,
Are those real?
but the results can be far more serious. Limbs break, eyes,
Yeah, he's just.
results can be far more serious.
Yeah, that guy's just. He
Limbs
just fell off his horse.
break, eyes get poked out, people and horses
Oh yeah, I lost my eye in the Pandora, whatever he said last summer. Like what?
go down and die.
Yeah, he's dead.
And all of
How
that
did the
happens
law enforcement let this happen?
the morning after this. These brutal street fights. And so those grudges, instead of being squashed, well, instead they start to be brought to the surface for what turns into one of the most brutal tribal events.
Why are they just supporting this? Why are the people in the crowd just watching? Why are they standing so close? They're gonna get hit with one of the spears.
You will ever see. And that's what we're going to be
Yeah, I got beef with one of my friends, so I'm gonna just kill him with a spear.
covering next week.
What?
The Basola.
Didn't the horse just get stabbed? Now he's running on. I'm sorry, but I gotta nerd out about this camera. That is a sexy camera. The guys are still recording. Wow. Okay, well that that was a crazy video. I never knew about anything about Indonesian culture. I definitely didn't think things like this were going on. I definitely didn't think that. I don't think this is resolving peace at all. I think it's making more peace, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think. Would you join a Indonesian fight at 3 a.m. on the beach? I personally wouldn't. I would just stay at my house. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what else I should react to. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to end it off there. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, peace out.